So I got most of the packaging off, as you can see, and this thing was packed brilliantly. They used really high quality materials on this, and everything was mounted like this, so the box didn't create any damage or any scarring on the acrylic itself. So what I'm gonna do now is take off the top tape, and this is the cover. So when I make my Kalk solution, I take this off and empty the Kalk solution into this container. And they also gave me the fittings, so when I drill my hole, when I originally ordered this, I told them the dimensions and everything that I needed, and then I didn't know where I was actually going to drill my hole for my ATO line to enter into the container. So they gave me 2 lines. I think I'm going to drill it somewhere around here. I'm not quite sure yet. That's where it is inside of the cabinet. So what I would do is just drill a hole and then screw that in. And they also, looks like they gave me some goodies, some stickers and a business card, which is really cool because I love stickers. And everything looks really well made and really polished. So far I'm not seeing any blemishes except for this crack right in the corner, but that doesn't affect its performance at all. And also that could have happened from shipping, so they did a really excellent job on this. I am very impressed. So what I'm going to do is actually move this temporary ATO container out of the way and then slide in my new ATO container, because I'm going away this weekend and I'm not going to have a whole bunch of time to set this up correctly. So this is just a temporary solution just to get it in the sump and see how it looks. So here is the new Kalk container in place, and as you can see, when this is moved up here, when this temporary container is out of the way, you can see how much room I'm going to have in between the sump and the ATO container. I think it's going to work really well and look really nice as well too.
After noticing the damages were much more than just a small crack, but actually structural, I contacted Poseidon Creations about the issue. We both decided it was way too much to ship the container back and fix, but instead they were going to send me a package with everything needed to fix the issue.
Remember a little while ago I said I was getting XR30 Pros? Well, turns out I totally lied. And I ended up getting Radeon XR30 Pros G4. I got 2 used ones for a very good price that I just couldn't turn down. And I looked on the Ecotech website and I searched the serial number, and it says these are Mobius capable. As you can see, these are in very good condition. They just need a little cleaning. And they both came with the G4 diffusers. So I'm going to try to install these on the Mobius app and go from there. So I have one of these powered on, and I'm going to see if I can get this on the Mobius app. And it looks like, unfortunately, this XR30 is not Mobius capable. So I'm going to do a little bit of research and get back to you guys.
After numerous hours of research, and then finally taking one of the XR30s apart, inside I found the standard RF chips. These are what the RF chips look like. And here is what the new Mobius chips look like. There is a definite difference. I have 2 chips on order from saltwateraquarium.com and should be here sometime soon.
So I got some packages in the mail, and this one is from Bulk Reef Supply. Got some Alpha Reef, some more of that Instaset, and some super glue. This one is from Poseidon Creations, and it's some weld on to fix the crack. And this should be an plier. Put the weld on in, and a 1/4 inch acrylic tube. And this is from saltwateraquarium.com. And this should be the Mobius chips, which it is. These chips are going to make the XR30 Pro Mobius capable. So that's going to be a fun project. So the first step is going to be removing the diffuser. And the good thing about this is it's held on by magnetic clips. And you can actually see them there. The diffuser comes out. Set that off to the side. And now we're left with this, the internals of the XR30. Let's go ahead and remove these 4 screws. And after those 4 screws are removed, there's 4 more in the middle where the fan is. And once those 4 screws are removed, the whole thing should just come out. Like so. And as you can see, this adapter plate looks pretty funky from dust and debris from the fan. I'm going to give this a quick clean and be right back. And after a little scrub-a-dub-dub, here is the piece, looking a lot better than it was. So I'll set this to the side and get to the main event. This chip right here is what we're going to be removing and adding the new Mobius chip. I'm just going to be using a small jeweler's flathead and just applying a little pressure and lifting up. And just like that, it's out. So this is the old chip and this is the new chip. So all I do is just line up the pins. I got those perfectly lined up. Give it a little firm pressure down. Make sure it's seated properly. That's it. And now that the chip's installed, the next thing I'm going to do, remove these LED faceplates and give them a good wash. And now that our faceplates are very clean, I'll just reinstall them back onto the motherboard. And once they're installed back on the motherboard, I will grab a plastic fascia, clip that into place, and take our 4 smaller screws. And once the 4 smaller screws are installed, we'll grab our remaining longer 4 screws and install those. And next, I grab the diffuser. Place. And just like that, our XR30 is now ready to be installed. But before this is installed, I'm just going to make sure the Mobius chip is active and working. Refresh the list. And nothing's going to pop up until I update the legacy devices. So I'm going to click that. Oh, I guess I should probably turn it on first, shouldn't I? So let's try this again. As you can see, nothing's in the list. And this is where we got stuck last time when we clicked Update Legacy Devices. But there it is. There's the XR30. So now all we have to do is just update the Radeon G4 Pro. And this will take a while, so when this is done updating and downloading, we will resume the installation process. Now, if only Apex made their devices this easy to upgrade and update, I would love that company so much more. And it's all done updating. 1 succeeded, 0 failed. So as you can see, this is already synced to the same color of these 2 lights. They're on the same network to the XR15 Pro. So I just got back from Home Depot and I'll show you what I picked up. So I picked up this 1/16 inch cable. It's usually for hanging picture frames from the wall and also hanging aquarium lighting. I also got these 1/16 inch aluminum pieces that you put on the end and crimp down, and they actually hold the end of the cable. And this is how I mounted my XR15. I just used that cable and crimped the ends and used the XR15 mount screws with the holes in it So as you can see what I did here, and then it's made an X pattern and then tie wrap to the top. And it worked out so well, I'm actually going to do the same thing to the XR30. So the first thing I do is I take the end of the cable, grab my clamp, and then slide that in so it looks like that. Then I take the cable and I bend it, and I put the other end in about that much, like so. And then I just take wire crimpers and crimp right in the middle. So it looks like that, and then crimp down. So it looks like that. And then I take the cable, and there's a little bit of excess cable here, and I just use wire snips to cut that excess cable off. And then when I cut the excess cable off, that's what it looks like. And then with the very end of the cable, I slide it through each of the eyes on the factory XR30 mount. So one end is going to stop there, and then the other end, I have to put another one of these clamps on the end of that, and then when it's done, this will be taut. And then when that side is done, I just continue the other side. And now both sides are done. And so now that the Ecotech driver is nice and cleaned up and ready to go, it's time to replace this one. And here it is installed. Right now it's running the AB program. It came out well. And as you can see, I ran the cable through the pipe for that really clean installation look. Now it's just time to change this one out. I can already see a difference between using a diffuser and not using a diffuser by looking at the ground. Might be hard to see on camera, but you can see distinctive colors, and they're giving sharp lines, as you can see, like blue, UV, and the different shades of white. Now I'm going to move over to this side. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a gradual blend of color. There are no hard lines anymore.
Not shown, I also needed to trim the ends of the XR30 cable to fit and be fished through the pipe. If you liked the video, show some love.